up a 9.
Probably thought he was dipping into the scorpion bowls one too many times there.
Didn't see hide nor hair of Candlepin until a couple of years ago when he got his first TV set and stumbled upon Candlepin Stars and Strikes and fell in love with Candlepin bowling as Mike strikes in the 3rd frame. Says he writes, he notices that nearly all the people who write to us from either Massachusetts or New Hampshire, as we watch Mike Morgan strike once again. Now Mike in the 4th frame in the pocket looking for number 2 will leave the 7-pin standing, at least for the moment, as the wood rolls up against it.
So yeah, we get a lot of mail from Massachusetts and New Hampshire. We get some from Florida and from Maine occasionally.
And he wanted to let us know that there are Candlepin enthusiasts in Vermont as well, and he had to end writing his letter because Candlepin Stars and Strikes was about to come on the air as Mike Morgan doubles up, puts a spare inside the strike. And he'll have an opportunity at some bonus money next time he steps to the lane. So thank you, Parrish Knight, Brattleboro, Vermont, for that nice letter.
And Parrish, why would you ever move from Hawaii to Vermont? Would you please write back and tell us that?
You know, the skiing is not very good in Hawaii. Now Tom with a spare opportunity. He will convert. The brothers match marks. How many Morgans are there here today in the front row? 10 or 12 of them?
Oh, at least.
Now Tom on the spare leaves a solid 5-pin standing.
As you pointed out before we started today's show, when you're talking to the audience, is there anybody left on the North Shore today, or are they all here at Leda Lanes? It's an all North Shore first match this afternoon. Our winner goes on to meet Dan Lasko.
Tom's waiting for that pin to rest because it certainly could be a factor if it comes back in the way. Now he has a clear shot at the 5-pin.
It's really only a factor if he's way off on the left, then he might catch a break.
It does give him a little room for error on the left-hand side. Not much. Missed it on, oh, he got it. I thought he missed it on the right-hand side, but he'll take 2 spares in a row. And we'll go to break after 4 frames, 2nd string. Close match between the Morgan brothers in our first match of this 6th ladder series on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. We'll be right back after this. Mike Morgan will be ready to go when we come back in game 2 of this match with Mike and Tom Morgan. Tom with an 11-pin lead now. Both brothers working on marks in the 5th frame. Mike in the pocket, a little bit thin, and leaves a tough shot. Look at that. Oh, he went around it. He cut it a little bit too fine.
Pin on the deck, never spun around to take out the 6, unfortunately.
10 box. $65 half for Mike, still on a very solid pace. Again the head pin and again a split.
These guys are not missing the head pin very much.
Which of course is key. We've talked about it so many times.
But it is a double-edged sword because if you're too accurate, you end up leaving a split, as Mike just did.
And Mike knew as soon as the ball left his hand that he missed his target.
So it's the 2 and the 10 with nothing to help on the deck. Take a 9 and be happy with that.
He'll take an 8 and have to be happy with that. Now Tom Morgan working on a spare, working on 2 marks in a row, looking for some bonus money. Tom has $50 in bonus money. Mike has 70 thus far in the match. That time he missed the head pin, left the 4 horsemen on the left side. Just missed the head pin again. And he'll take a 9 box.
Well, the bowlers are nearly mirroring each other, both starting with 2 opens, then 2 marks, now with a couple of opens working.
Nice letter from Lillian Allen of Athol, Massachusetts, who brings up an issue that we discussed a couple of weeks back about the lob ball, Michael.
What does Lillian have to say about that?
Just wondering about it. Whatever happened to the lob ball? Is it ever called?
Well, you know what? It doesn't happen that often. We've seen maybe a couple, and if it was to get to be a real repetitive thing, probably one bowler would speak to the other and make an issue of it, perhaps. Pretty rare, and as I think we pointed out when we talked about it last time, lobbing the ball isn't necessarily a help in terms of getting pin action. It means that you've delayed the actual rotation of the ball that many more feet, which doesn't help when you get to the pins. You don't have as good a momentum.
And Lillian also writes that she assures us that she's in her chair at noon every Saturday and Sunday watching Candlepin bowling on WNDS TV. And Lillian, it's nice to know. We appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for writing, too.
I think lots of folks are enjoying a nice hot cup of chicken noodle soup and a grilled cheese sandwich Saturdays and Sundays for Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Or they go to the Kahala when the show's over.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Ooh, Mike he's almost picked up that split a couple of times now. Just missed. .92 from Mike after 8 as he's cooled off a bit, and Tom matches the quarter Worcester that Mike threw.
Couldn't have picked a worse time to throw it, though. Tacks that onto his 6-frame spare for only a 1 fill. And now the 7 and the 10, and pretty makeable with 3 pieces of, well, make that 2 pieces of wood now on the deck, and a 9 box.
You don't see a 1 fill very often in a spare.
Well, that equalizes things out in this match. Tom was beginning to pull away, but now they're almost dead even into the 8th frame.
And he'll have the 4 horsemen again on the left side. Michael reminded me I need to tell you about the Kahala Restaurant and Lounge on Amherst Street in Nashua, right next door to Leda Lanes. As he picks the head pin off the 4 horsemen. A terrific lunch buffet every day, Monday through Saturday from 11:45 to 2 p.m. at the Kahala. 10 box for Tom, 93. A 13-pin lead in the match for Tom Morgan. The lunch buffet from Monday through Friday, 11:45 to 2, just $5.95, and it's all you care to eat. The dinner buffet on Thursday from 5 to 8, and Sunday from noon to 8 p.m. So after you've watched Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS on Sunday afternoon, you can load the family in the car and head on over to the Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge right next door to Leda Lanes. The dinner buffet is terrific. You will really enjoy it. No MSG at the Kahala. Another good aspect of it, and I think you will appreciate it. They have terrific specials every day. Szechuan, Cantonese, Chinese American, you name it, they have it. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. right next door to Leda Lanes on Amherst Street in Nashua. If you're coming from the south, exit 7W. Coming from the north, take exit 8. And you will find the Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge in Nashua, New Hampshire. Mike on the head pin, thought he had a pretty good shot, and watched the spread eagle develop in front of him.
$100 to the bowler that does not win an advance today. Next week's challenger is Dan Lasko. 2 weeks from today, we'll see Phil Bergstrom. And sitting atop the ladder, a bowler we saw a couple of weeks ago in the last ladder, Sean Baker, who's the top seed at 690 for the current series.
An 8 box, a 110 second string for Mike Morgan.